Hi YouTube, welcome to the Killian Family Homestead. Sorry for the mess. Construction zones are oftentimes destruction zones at the beginning, but let me show you 2 days worth of work. The very first weekend that I had in working on the aquaculture system. Aquaculture is a fish farm growing out fish for meat production. You connect it into grow media beds, and that's called aquaponics. So this is called aquaculture here. The mixture of aquaculture and hydroponics is what you call aquaponics. But this one right here, to start with, is just aquaculture. Let me explain how it works here. And again, forgive my mess. This is take number 3. Hopefully I'll get this right this time. Okay, this is the sump tank. This is a radial flow filter. There are 2 rows of 4 fish tanks. So that's, each one of these is 100 gallons. So that's 800 gallons of water for the fish. Then you have another 100, 100, 100, 100. So that is a total of 1,200 gallons in this system. That's probably going to run full at capacity the whole time, if it runs correctly. So let's just go over the way this works. And hopefully you can follow my finger there. Sump tank has 2 1/6 horsepower pumps within it, and each pump feeds one 1-inch line up to the first top tank. This is a biomedia filter. It pumps the water down and across. I have a star pattern that has holes drilled in the top end of all the pipes, so it bubbles up and fills the water on the bottom. The water rises and spills over some standpipes. Sorry, the phone is focusing on my finger here. And then it goes down those standpipes, and it's going to come down here, and it's going to hit another downspout, and it's going to feed these 2 tanks on this side, and there is the exact same pipe on the other side that will feed the other 2 tanks. Repeated on this side as well. I haven't connected that right there. All that pipe right there is a leveling mechanism to make sure the water stays the exact same level on both of the tanks. Don't get fooled in thinking that this fills up first, then spills over here. That would create a uneven water pressure. So the twin pump will take it up and take it across there and do the exact same process. Take the water down, fill it up in the bottom, fills all the way up, hits the standpipe, then funnels down in. It's going to hit a T right there and then flow in. We're going to make sure that the outlet is above the water, and it's going to hit the water and hopefully aerate and oxygenate the water. Let me show you then. So now you followed me right, and the water goes into the fish tanks. So the fish grow out, live, they eat, they do their business here in this tank. This is where they live, and they're grown out. Each tank is separate, but it is connected to a same style leveling mechanism pipe right here. So this is all connected together to make sure that the water stays even across all 4. This is what we call a SLOW, or it's an acronym that stands for Solids Lifting Outlet. Okay, so what happens is everything here is not glued together or positioned right. This is just going through the process of setting it up, making sure it's all mechanically working. Then you do a wet run before you glue everything, and there's going to be leaks all over the place. That's okay. You just want to make sure that the flow and everything is working correctly. Once you feel comfortable, then you go through the process of gluing all the joints. Anyways, solids lifting outlet, this is positioned typically in the center like that, and in these circular tanks it works really well. As the fish move and as the water comes in, it's going to create a swirl effect, and that's going to take all the solids and it's going to collect in the center. As the water rises, and it's going to come up here, it's going to spill over and spill down into the main drain pipe. The water flow is going to create a vacuum, and the solids will come up, hit that center, and be sucked up, and then gradually come out here, follow down, follow the drain pipe all the way over here. It's going to hit this tank. This is my radial flow filter. Once the water comes up with the solids in it, it's going to hit a elbow right here, or probably a twin 45, so it's a gradual increase. It's going to come up, and it's going to come up to a couple of standpipes right here, and the water is going to bubble out, and the solid is going to come out with it. Now, sorry I didn't prepare myself, but over here is a lid. Imagine it flipped upright. That bucket is actually two buckets connected, and it's going to get even longer. That right there sits over top of the standpipe. And what happens is the water bubbles out with solids in it. Then that bucket redirects the water down, forcing the solids to go all the way down to the bottom, and then the clean water to come up on each side of the bucket. Clean water will then be skimmed off by this pipe and go back into the sump tank. And it starts the whole process over again. So the key to ammonia-rich water that has solid food waste and fish waste in it, you've got to first get rid of the solids. Clean water falls through here, but this water over here is still very ammonia-rich, which is not good for fish. But you take that ammonia-rich water, you take it up here, you pump it into a biomedia filter, and I didn't describe this very well. Inside this, the water comes down on this side, and then it must travel through a maze of either individual, I don't know what media I'm going to use right now, but it could be baling twine. I probably have some mats, some filter mats I can put in there as well, and it will slowly rise to the top. And the bacteria within all of the biomedia converts the ammonia-rich water into the nitrites to nitrites, I think it is, maybe vice versa, which is good for the fish, and it's safe for them to live in. Then it comes to the stand, falls in there, and then the clean, nice water gets put in here. The other thing I would add is that I don't really want to add a bunch of air through air stones and stuff like that. I probably will to get the system going, but what I would really like to do is build into this system venturis. Venturis are vents that allow air to pull in utilizing the water movement, and then it diffuses that water throughout, or the air throughout all the water, so the fish can utilize it, and so that there is aerobic activity within the biomedia filter. Anaerobic activity is what makes it stink really bad, so you don't want that. But as you can tell, everything's kind of loose fitted. I have my uniseals that are coming. Uniseals are great. You see that right there? Uniseals work really well instead of a bulkhead adapter for rounded plastic edges like that. And I haven't bought any. I just set this all up, and now I ordered a bunch, and they're coming in the mail. Just around back here, I've got enough room to operate. It's the exact same setup, mirrored on this side as it was on the other side. I've got a nice shelving area to place stuff on, the food, the air pumps, and stuff like that. Yeah, it should be great. 800 gallons of water for the fish to live in. Some people say you can have 2 pounds per gallon, so that would, and if a fish when it's mature is 3.5 to 4 pounds, then you do the math. That tells you how many fish you can put in. I'm going to probably do goldfish first to not invest a bunch of money into something that if it messes up, it kills them all. And eventually, my wife and I would like to grow out tilapia. If I could do trout, that'd be nice because they can live in colder water. We live in Washington State, and to heat this water in the wintertime is going to be expensive. So, got to fine-tune everything now, and I just wanted to give you a sneak peek after the first Saturday worth of work. Thanks so much. Take care.